It's a shocking turn of events that has left Duggar fans stunned and deeply concerned. Jana Duggar, now Jana Wissmann, has reportedly been hospitalized, sparking waves of worry throughout the family and fanbase. Her husband, Stephen Wissmann, is said to be absolutely devastated by her condition, and close sources have hinted that this illness could be far more serious than anyone initially realized. Whispers about Jana's health began circulating quietly online before quickly gaining traction when fans noticed she had gone silent on social media. Jana, typically private but still known to post occasional updates, suddenly disappeared from all digital spaces. No Instagram stories. No pictures. Not even a birthday post for her siblings. Something was clearly wrong. Many speculated it was simply burnout or the stresses of newlywed life. But behind the scenes, the reality was far more heartbreaking. According to insider sources close to the Wissmann and Duggar families, Jana had been feeling unwell for several weeks. What started as fatigue and occasional dizzy spells turned into a full-blown medical emergency. Stephen, her husband of just under a year, reportedly rushed her to the hospital after she collapsed at home. Doctors initially struggled to determine the root cause of Jana's symptoms, with many believing it could be related to an undiagnosed autoimmune issue or even complications related to a possible pregnancy. While the families have remained silent about the specific diagnosis, insiders say it's serious enough that Jana has remained under close observation for multiple days now. Stephen has not left her side. Known as a soft-spoken and deeply devoted husband, Stephen is said to be emotionally wrecked by the situation. Family friends report that he has canceled all of his work obligations and musical performances to stay with Jana, praying constantly and seeking strength from his faith. For someone like Stephen, who grew up in a conservative, tight-knit Christian family, this kind of emotional turmoil is rare and difficult to process. Meanwhile, the Duggar family has gone into quiet crisis mode. Jim, Bob, and Michelle have not made any public statements, but were reportedly seen visiting the hospital in Arkansas where Jana is being treated. Despite the family's usual insistence on privacy, even their silence is speaking volumes. The fact that no one has issued a denial or downplayed the reports only confirms how dire things really are. Many fans are wondering, could this be related to a secret pregnancy? Jana, who married much later than most of her siblings, has faced years of speculation about her personal life. When she finally tied the knot with Stephen, it was seen as a huge victory for her independence and happiness. But within conservative circles, the expectation for children is immediate. Could the pressure have caused undue stress? Or could a miscarriage or pregnancy complication be at the heart of her hospitalization? Some fans online are pointing to older clips from the Duggar shows where Jana mentioned dealing with anxiety and needing time alone. One particular resurfaced clip from Counting On shows Jana talking about not feeling herself lately and needing space from the chaos of her family home. Those statements, once brushed off as part of her introverted personality, now seem chilling in light of recent events. Even more heartbreaking is how Stephen reportedly blames himself. One source claims Stephen has been overheard telling relatives, "I should have noticed sooner. She wasn't herself. I thought she was just tired." It's the kind of emotional torment that no spouse should ever have to endure. The Wissmanns, for their part, have also remained silent. But fans familiar with their public music ministry noticed that the family suddenly canceled a series of performances in the Midwest, without explanation. Those cancellations coincide perfectly with Jana's reported collapse, strengthening the belief that something serious is unfolding behind closed doors. Social media is now flooded with fan prayers and support messages, with the hashtag #PrayForJana beginning to trend among the Duggar fandom. Reddit threads and YouTube comments are filled with speculation and concern. Some Duggar critics have called for transparency from the family, arguing that their history of secrecy only feeds more rumors. Others are urging fans to give Jana the space she needs to recover in peace. But not everyone is convinced this is just about health. Some sleuths believe that Jana's hospitalization may have emotional or psychological layers. Could it be that the pressures of Duggar life, combined with her role as a newlywed, finally became too much? Jana has always carried a quiet burden. She was the built-in babysitter for years, helping raise her younger siblings and sacrificing much of her young adulthood to serve her family. She watched her sisters marry and move on while she remained home, constantly answering questions about why she wasn't married yet. When she did finally marry, it was supposed to be a fresh start. But was it too late? Did years of suppressed emotion finally take a toll on her health? Stephen, by all accounts, has been incredibly loving and supportive. But even the strongest marriages face strain when medical emergencies hit early. The couple has barely had time to adjust to life as husband and wife, and now they're being tested in ways no newlywed couple ever expects. There's also been a wave of concern from Jana's siblings, particularly Jinger and Jessa, who are known to be closer to her emotionally. Fans noticed that Jinger posted a cryptic Bible verse on her Instagram story about walking through the fire but not being burned, just hours before rumors of Jana's hospitalization broke. Was that a subtle reference to her sister's battle? If so, it's clear that the family is turning to their faith now more than ever. What's also fueling concern is the lack of information. The Duggar family has always been quick to rally around when a crisis happens, births, weddings, even Josh's scandals, but this time, their silence is deafening. Some believe they're trying to shield Jana from public scrutiny, especially if this illness involves mental health issues or miscarriage, topics still considered taboo in their circles. Others worry this secrecy could backfire. The longer the family remains silent, the more intense the speculation becomes. Already, bloggers and Duggar watchers are digging for clues, comparing timelines, and even watching aerial footage of the Duggar compound for signs of unusual activity. For now, fans are left in suspense. Will Jana recover quickly? Will the family finally release a statement? And what does this mean for her future with Stephen? Stephen's emotional state remains one of the most heartbreaking elements of this story. Those close to him describe a man who is shattered, barely sleeping, and constantly pacing the hospital halls. He's reportedly keeping a Bible in hand at all times, leaning on his faith as the only source of strength. It's the kind of loyalty and love many hoped Jana would one day receive, and it's clear Stephen is doing all he can to be that rock for her. But how much can one person take? Especially when no answers seem to be coming. Whatever the truth may be, whether it's a serious illness, a mental health crisis, or a pregnancy-related complication, one thing is certain: Jana's story is a reminder that even the strongest, most graceful individuals can face overwhelming struggles. Fans who watched her remain calm and composed for years now find themselves praying for a woman who deserves more peace than pain. As we wait for updates, all we can do is hope that Jana pulls through and finds healing, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Whether or not the family ever reveals the full story, it's clear that this moment is a turning point. For Jana, for Stephen, and maybe even for the Duggar legacy itself. Stay tuned as this story develops. And to Jana, our thoughts and prayers are with you. Hello, lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Christina. Hope your day is so well. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.